Hi there, welcome to Mock Question Monday. Today's question covers 5th edition task list item B1. And today's question is, which of the following is the best example of a behavior? And your options are A, getting a massage, B, giving a massage, C, being mean to someone, and D, receiving an insult. And the answer is B, giving a massage. A lot of people struggle with this area when it comes to defining what is a behavior. So I know we all like to use the dead man test, but sometimes that test doesn't work. The options just don't fall in line with the dead man test. That's not necessarily the case today, but I just wanted to throw out another couple of options as far as how to break these types of questions down. I also like to do something called the Mentalism test. And this is where I look for mentalistic terminology. More likely than not, a good rule of thumb is that if it sounds like mentalism, like depression, anxiety, mindfulness, right, then most likely those are not going to be considered measurable and observable behaviors per se. They're more like conditions that are, of course, associated with behaviors, but themselves are not behaviors. And then I also like to do the operational definition test. So does this statement sound like something that can be used to operationalize what someone is doing? So much so that someone could feasibly collect data if this was told to them as a behavior. Anyhow, let's talk about our options. So getting a massage. This is not a behavior because essentially you're not doing anything. Someone else is doing something to you, which frankly sounds awesome right about now, but still it is not your behavior. It is not the person's behavior that they are just the recipient of someone else's behavior. Versus option B, which is the correct answer, giving a massage. That is not a behavior I like to engage in. I like the other option, being on the receiving end of that behavior, but it is an actual observable behavior. I can see someone giving a massage. They are actively engaging in that behavior. I can measure them doing something. Being mean to someone. Now this is tough because that is somebody actively engaging in a behavior, but mean is a bit subjective. So giving a massage is just a much better answer because what is being mean? Can we operationalize it? We can, but it isn't in this particular option. And then finally, receiving an insult. So once again, you're on the receiving end of a behavior. Now, certainly making a face when somebody gives you an insult, then yes, that is a behavior. But actually receiving one, that is not the person behaving. It is them receiving someone else's behavior. Now, in all of these instances, we can definitely see the dead man's test. A dead man can get a massage. A dead man cannot give a massage. A dead man can receive an insult, but being mean to someone, no, a dead man cannot do. But again, it is not the strongest answer given that mean is sort of subjective. As far as mentalism, there's not a lot of mentalism here to really pick from, so that's not an option. And the operational definition test, well, giving a massage is just a little bit more operationalized than being mean in our examples. Anyway, I do hope that helps, and I'll see you guys next time.